be still in the presence of the cosmic Christ who loves you, who cares passionately about your life, about your gifting, and about how you are feeling right now in this major shift of love consciousness that is empowering us to come back to our heart. You will see behind me a heart representing the mystical heart of the Supreme. It is a heart of love for the whole family of God. It is a heart that has been bruised and broken by man's indifference, man's apathy, man's lack of compassion and respect for the cathedral of God, nature, the animal kingdom, and one another. Let us just be still, and as we close our eyes, let us just visualize that we are at the Master's feet. Our head is resting on his lap, and he's there stroking us. He is touching us. He is filling us with the purest love. A love that is beyond question. A love that has suffered out of love, not out of fear. And that love is calling your heart and mine and many, many more from different faith beliefs. It is calling every child of God to come into the presence of the Beloved and surrender to love. And though many have been invited, only a few have responded. And that is how fickle we are. That is how we need to be reminded each and every day of our life that we are a beloved of God, that we are a child of God, and that you and I were called by name. These are words I have repeated over and over and over, just like Mother Mary, when she appeared to the children at Fatima. Pray, pray often. To little Bernadette of Suberu at Lourdes, pray, pray often. In Guadeloupe, pray, pray often. At Medjugorje, the same request. And today we celebrate the most amazing feast of our spiritual mama. For me, my earth mother, my blood mother, my birth mother is in glory. But I have a spiritual mama who loves me. And guess what? She loves you too. And she calls you to agape, to sit with her son, to get to know him. For he is a friend. He is the beloved. He is the cosmic Christ. Let us now just be aware, to be aware of who I am, who you are, and why we are here. We are here because we agreed before the Christ when he was Jesus the barefoot Galilean, the Nazarene, with Magdalena on the shores of the Red Sea, when we were Essenes Therapistescenes, and he asked us to follow him. He invited us to return with him. And like John the Baptist, he was the forerunner, appointed by God to proclaim the Christ. Today, you and I are the forerunners of the cosmic Christ. And we said yes. And though many said yes, many have had issues with the cosmic shift. For this shift is stripping us right down to our inner core. Like an onion, each layer is being removed and replaced with an awareness that I am not just a monk. You are not just a human being, that we are unique. We are a beloved of God. We are the beating heart of the cosmic Christ. And there is nothing and no one who can take that from you or me, for we have surrendered to love, and the Christ is love. So let us ask the company of heaven to allow us experience the healing touch of the cosmic Christ in a few moments. Let us allow his love transmute our fear, maybe our indecisiveness, maybe our own inner turmoil, where our inner child is dictating and crying out for acceptance and love. An inner child that has been sacrificed on our need to please others at the expense of wounding the I am presence within. Let us connect with our inner child. Let us affirm that inner child, that if we are wounded, if we are carrying memories that are painful and destructive, that we say to our inner child, it was not your fault. And let us embrace that inner child, for that inner child has shared our journey in this and other lifetimes. And this inner child is ready to resurrect. It is ready to ascend with us. So let us be mindful that we are loved and that God cares deeply for our needs, for we are co-creators of God. And we are loved. Let us close our eyes and let us just visualize Jesus sat under a tree, and all the animals, Miriam's bunny rabbits are there, with Eleanor and Elizabeth's beautiful cats are there, with Bonnie's little friends and the birds in her garden in Florida, with Brother Tom's imaginary friends around him, with our 7 hens and our 3 dogs here at our little monastery, all busy around the feet of the beloved. And there is great excitement, because the Master is pleased. The Master is pleased that we have come home. The Master is pleased that we are one with him. And however we may feel in our journey, however often we may be tested or in pain, however often our fair weather friends reject us, however often our own church rejects us and denies us, for daring to be different, for daring to speak God's truth, for daring to let His love shine through us as ordinary men and women who've been gifted by God to be emissaries of light, to be ambassadors of peace. Let us see ourselves sat by the Master Jesus, by His feet, and as we look up we see His eyes, resplendent blue, comforting, compassionate eyes, that is aware of our journey and the price we've had to pay to get where we are today. And we can feel His hand gently caress our face, and we can feel His touch, a touch that we have longed for. I know I have. I have longed to feel my Master's touch on my weary bones, and now He is here, and His love is sending electrical currents right through my body, right through yours. And Magdalena comes and she sits beside us, and she asks us, can she cradle us like a mother with her child? And we agree to rest in her arms, and Jesus gets down beside us, and they envelop us in unconditional love. Oh, feel the love of the Beloved for you and me. What is that saying to you? We are now being given a reality check that we need, that we are on the right path, that we are not squandering God's wonderful gifts, that we are using them wisely, and that we are allowing Mother Mary and all the great spiritual teachers, the Lord Buddha, Vishnu, Ganesh, Krishna, Gandhi, Sri Chinmoy, Paramahansa Yogananda, Jesus, Francis, Claire, Little Therese, Hildegard, many of the great mystics. Let us allow their love hold us in this cocoon. Let us be enveloped in the peace of God. For there is no greater love than to know we are loved by the Christ, that we are loved, and our gifting of our heart to Him is the very least we can do for what He has done for us, for the price He paid to set us free from oppression, from religious oppression. And He gave us the courage to reclaim our divinity as a beloved of God, and to resurrect the I Am presence within us, and to stand now in His presence, and to receive His affirmation that we are worthy, that we are a beloved, and that we are His friend. Come, let us enjoy and let us be still. And in the distance we hear a bell ringing. It is the bell the angels are ringing the sacred bell, calling you and me to prayer, to silence, to stillness. And the Spirit of God comes upon us like He did Mary all those years ago, and He impregnated her with the Spirit of God, with life. Let us allow that same Spirit impregnate our heart on this glorious day, the feast of the Immaculate Conception. Let us become conceived by the Spirit of all-knowing truth, the Spirit of love. And as we rest in the Master's arms, let us sense the Spirit of God impregnate our mind with peace, our heart with selfless love, and our body, soon to become a resurrected body with the Christ. Let us feel the touch of God right now. Let us feel His touch. Let us be still. And now let us behold the face of the Christ. Let us enfold the mystery of mysteries, His love for us. Let us enfold that love. And now let our heart listen for the heartbeat of the Christ, so that it will be twinned with your heartbeat and mine, empowering us to reclaim our dignity as a beloved of God. A God who created every child, every living thing. And though they may call God by a different name, they are our brother and sister. And there is a longing in our spirit to unite with our brothers and sisters of different faiths, and just to dance the canticle of the preachers in the presence of brother sun and sister moon. Oh, what a spectacle! And that you and I are the catalysts for this great miracle of God. And the Spirit of God who has come upon us is reawakening our soul's DNA to embrace the cosmic Christ. And with Gaia and all of the elementals and nature spirits, and those of our brothers and sisters who have surrendered like we have to the Christ, we can sense that we are now ascending from third through fourth, through fifth into sixth. Let us celebrate our divinity as a child of God, not a child of religion, a child of love, a liberated child who can see God, who can sense the presence of God in everything, in everyone, and there is no fear, only love. Only love. For God said through Jesus, I tell you this, greater love than this has no man or woman, than he lays down his life as a love offering for his friends. And I call you my friend, because you do the will of him who sent me. This is Jesus speaking. These are not my words. These are the words of the Master to your heart and mind, to now reclaim our rightful position in God's household as a foot soldier who is committed to justice and peace, and that every child of God is our equal, regardless of their color, regardless of their belief, and regardless of their lifestyle choice. For they are co-creators of God. And in our togetherness, we become part of the mystical heart of the cosmic Christ. Let us relax. Let us be still. On this hallowed day, the feast of Mother Mary's Immaculate Conception. And today we celebrate the rebirthing of the Spirit of God in our heart. For we are now being reawakened and realigned through the tree of life. Just sense Mother Earth, our beloved Gaia, release up through our 7 roots her love for us, her acceptance of us, for she feels safe with us because we love her, and we embrace the supreme in her kingdom, creation, the Cathedral of God. Relax. And my heart is calling me now to do something I've not done on a vigil, and that is to present to you the real presence, the Christ. Because on this day, 2 of our sisters will make a promise, a lifelong promise, to rededicate their lives as I did 46 years ago as a very young lad in Cove, County Cork. On this very day, on this very date, at 6 in the morning, I surrendered my heart to God, and I have no regrets, none whatsoever. And interestingly, you and I are called to live out our sacred promises. We are called to embrace the cosmic Christ. And I shall now bring him to you and allow him touch you and allow him speak to you. And I have in my hands the Christ, the Son of God, in the Blessed Sacrament. And I bring him to you so that you can see him, so that he can see you and know how much you love him. For he loves you, and he calls you by name. He calls you by name because you are a child of the Most High. You are a beloved of God. Be still. Be still in the presence of God. And before me, I hold you the consecrated host, that simple piece of bread that's been transformed by the power of God's love, so that you and I have a tangible expression of how much we are loved through this sacred symbol of bread and wine transformed into the body and blood of the Christ. I give you the Christ, and I ask him to touch you. I ask him to heal you, Sheila, on every level, and your brother. I ask him to touch you, dearest Bonnie, and I ask him to bless you for all that you do for us in the Teo family, for our beloved sister Eleanor, who struggles and suffers so, that she will be touched in a profound way, for this day she gives her heart to God as a novice in our community. And to dear Elizabeth, her soulmate, her Anamkara, who is there befriending and loving her through illness, good times and bad. And I ask you to bless Elizabeth, for she too wishes to be known as Sister Elizabeth of God. And for dearest Miriam down under, I present to you the Christ, that he will now release you of all the baggage, all the painful hurt and memories on this hallowed day, and that you will now feel the presence of Christ touch you and fill you with the peace of God. I also bring the Christ to the Teo community, to all our members past and present, and I ask that they be blessed. I bring all the faiths of the world, all those locked in fear, in pain and hurt, that the Christ will now set them free and bring them home to selfless love. And I bless you with the Celtic blessing. And I ask all our Celtic brothers and sisters who have walked this sacred earth and they have left us their sacred footprints for us to emulate in our selflessness and how we touch the marginalized with our love, Christ's love. We are truly blessed, and I know that you are worthy of more, so reclaim it and celebrate it as part of the Hieros Gamos in the mystical marriage with the cosmic Christ and the beloved Magdalena. Be still and know that we are one with the Christ.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I used to know when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.